All new Rock 96.7 is on. That's Stone Sour with Hesitate. I'm T-Roy, and I'm going to hesitate to take this next shot. It's starting to hurt. You know, it's actually, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm worried about, obviously, filtering myself, which me and Officer Dundas have just talked about. I'm one of those guys, I don't think before I talk.
You just got to turn the filter on sometimes.
You do. You do. And now a drunk filter, I don't know if that'll work. So here we go.
Radio delays forward.
Yeah, that's right. With the little bleep button. So here we go. This is shot number 5. Is that where I'm at?
5.
Ooh, I don't know if I'm going to make it till 10 o'clock. We shall see. Here we go. Shot number 5. I think you're putting more alcohol in each one of these shots, by the way, James.
Oh, I'm treating you right.
You're treating me right? Well, yeah, there we go. Now, Frank Gambino out there, he does sports for our AM station, K2. And he was saying, well, you should do beer because then you wouldn't be as drunk. And I purposely picked whiskey because I'm a whiskey drinker. But it really doesn't matter, does it?
It doesn't matter. If you were to do, 5 beers in the time that you've taken 5 shots, you'd be at the same level. You just would be hitting the bathroom more.
And, there's a lot of people, especially tonight, going to be out and about drinking. Shots, they come and they go. People buy around the shots, so on and so forth. No one's going to get up there and buy shot after shot after shot. And I've been doing it every half hour. I've been kind of limiting myself to what I've been doing. But people will go out there and buy beers, 5, 6 beers an hour and not even think about it.
Mm-hmm. Between the beers and the mixed drinks especially, because you don't know how much they're putting in there.
Mm-hmm.
They guesstimate in one shot. Depending on the bar, it's going to be more or less. I know some bars, there will be 4 or 5 shots in a mixed drink, and you say, well, I only had 1 Jack and Coke.
Right.
When Jack and Coke, it turns out you just had 4 shots in an hour.
Right.
And you're going to be way too impaired to drive.
And now we do got some videos online, and this is actually very cool. And eventually we're going to get out there, and I don't want to do the drunk walk or the field sobriety test. It's starting to get harder to remember what it's officially called, by the way. So, but we're going to go out there, and what happens when you get pulled over. Now let's talk about your experiences with obviously you've pulled over drunk drivers in the past. What typically happens when you pull over a drunk driver? How do you start and how does it end? All the way through the whole thing.
Well, you approach the vehicle just like any other traffic stop, and when they roll the window down, you can usually smell the alcohol just pouring out of the vehicle. Especially, winter time, you're going to have the heat pumping in there, and it's just going to hit you in the face. You just have them get out of the vehicle. You want to make sure that they're okay to be driving. And you run them through the standard battery field sobriety test, and depending on the results of that test, they're either they might have had a drink forever going, it's just sitting, the smell is just sitting on them, or they've had way too much and they're going to have to go to jail, their car's going to get towed, and their name's going to be in the paper.
Which is never a good thing.
It's never a good thing for most people.
Now, if, just the way I am now, after 5 shots, I just did my 5th shot, you pulled me over. Let's say I had a broken taillight, didn't, swerving a little bit, I rolled down my window, just looking at me, would you automatically consider me for a DUI test?
Well, between the eyes and the smell, I'd have to at least run you through the test.
Okay.
If I were to smell somebody who reeked like whiskey,
right,
and I just let them go in their merry way, what's to say they're not going to go kill a family of 5?
Well, you'd be failing society too. By doing something like that. Your job is to go out there and make sure this person. And a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people don't realize you're doing it for other people's safety. You're not doing it for this person's safety. You're doing it because these people are on the road. And very easily they could plow into somebody else. And we talked about just under $9,000 is what your first DUI will cost you, and that's your first. It goes up after that.
Every subsequent DUI is going to cost more.
Right.
You get 4 DUIs in 10 years, it's a felony, and you'll be doing pen time for it.
And just for going out and drinking too much and not calling a cab. Let's give out the number for Tipsy Taxi. Really, I can't even say Tipsy Taxi. I'm to that point. It's about to get interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you stick around. 234-8294. Please put this in your phone now. 234-8294. Tipsy Taxi, absolutely free. This is if you're broke. Of course, you can call Casper Cab, Yellow Cab, and
RC Cab.
RC Cab. They're going to be out and about tonight. You'd rather call one of them than have to hang out with one of the multiple police officers tonight, because you guys are going to be out in force tonight.
We're going to have 2 full patrol teams as well as, I believe, 2 extra DUI officers out tonight. All they're going to be looking for is drunk drivers. They're really going to be cracking down. Something that citizens can do to help is if you see a drunk driver, someone you think might be driving drunk, call the police department. Don't hesitate to call 911. We take those calls serious. We get to them as fast as possible. If you call 911 on them, get as much info as possible, description, license plate, direction of travel, and if you got a spare minute, follow them until an officer gets there.
Right, and you're not asking people to be vigilantes by
No,
any
not
way,
at
shape.
all.
Don't pull them over and nothing like that. But I mean, and you're not narking anybody out. You're helping save a life. You're helping save someone, from something bad that can happen. I know we were talking off mic, and I won't make you get into that story about people hitting trees and stuff like that. You're really helping out a good cause. You're not going to be narking anybody out. You're doing your job as a citizen of the United States, of Casper, Wyoming, Trona County, so on and so forth. So we're going to take a very quick break. We'll come out, and sometime this hour, we're going to do the drunk walk, right?
We'll do the drunk.
All right, that'll be interesting. I think right there. Do you guys do the thing with the alphabet backwards? Do you do that?
No,
Is that
no,
not
that's a myth. We don't.
Is
do
it a
that.
myth?
I,
Is it a myth?
I don't even think I could do it backwards.
We're going to talk about myths coming up here in a little bit too, because
I'm
there's a
sure
couple
there's a
more
few
that I
more.
want to ask you about.
Might
So,
have to do the exercise myth here soon.
the exercise myth. What's that?
If you exercise, it sobers you up.
All right, we're going to talk about that. I'm in shape. I like to think. James, I'm in shape.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey,
I've been drinking. I ain't gonna lie. All right, here we go. More nonstop rock coming up next. It's all for a good cause. Stick around. We got Officer Dundas hanging out with us. It's Rock 96.7.